Today, a passed out student, a case of fraud, and a marijuana bust at almost the perfect time. That's all coming up right here on Spinnaker News. Hello Ospreys, I'm Tedlyn Locke and you're watching Spinnaker News on Spinnaker Television. On November 14th, a student was passed out drunk in his car with his foot on the brake while it was in the drive and had the engine running. His car was parked in the middle of Lot 11 at 11:59 p.m. According to the UNFPD report, the officer knocked on the driver's side window loudly for 5 minutes before the student woke up. The student swayed side to side and said he was fine when asked. The report said his speech was slurred and his eyes were glassy and bloodshot. He told the officer he had come from Taverna Llamas, where he had 2 beers, whiskey, and a Coke. His breath alcohol level was .162, and the student said the last time he ate was on November 13th. He refused to participate in a field sobriety test, but allowed the officer to measure his breath alcohol level. While the officer was inventorying the car, he found a gram of marijuana and a glass pipe. The student was charged with possession of under 20 grams of marijuana. The suspect was arrested for driving under the influence and was transported to the Jacksonville Pretrial Detention Facility. A student's wallet containing a $1,200 check was stolen. The student said he noticed the wallet was missing when he went to the vending machine at 10 p.m. on November 15th. He said he helped another student move to a different room between 5 and 10 p.m. His mom told him the check, which was for his meal plan, had been cashed. He also noticed that his debit card had been used to make a $5 purchase at McDonald's. Someone attempted to make a $500 withdrawal on the card but was denied. And it wasn't quite 4:20 for these 2 students. According to UPD, on November 18th, an officer referred 2 students to student conduct at 4:21 p.m. The students claimed that a grinder in their room was not theirs. The officer just so happened to notice that one of the students seemed rather tired with watery red eyes. All right, Ospreys, it's time for your weather update with Taylor Johnson.
Good morning, Ospreys. I'm Taylor Johnson, filling in for Heidi Andrada with your Spinnaker weather update. As you can see, it's nice and sunny outside today. Right now it's 64 degrees with winds at 5 to 13 miles per hour. You might want to grab an umbrella today because there is a 20% chance of rain. The high for today is 75 degrees and should be mostly sunny. It will be breezy with a northeast wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight will be partly cloudy and there will be some areas of fog. The low for tonight is 58, so you might want to grab a jacket. This trend continues throughout the week with highs in the low 70s and lows in the high 50s. According to surfline.com, the swells today are 2 to 3 feet, which is knee to thigh high. Remember to be careful when paddling out because there is a moderate risk of rip currents. That's it for your weather update. Now let's take a look at your 3-day forecast.
Thanks, Taylor. Now here's Christian Ruwe with your sports report.
Good morning, Ospreys. I'm Christian Ruwe here with your Spinnaker Sports Report. Last night, the men's basketball team was in action at the UNF Arena. The team took on Edward Waters College, and the Ospreys destroyed the Tigers by a final score of 97-65. Bo Beach led the way for the Ospreys as he scored a game-high 25 points while shooting 70% from behind the arc. Romello Banks also had a big game as he racked up 20 points while going 9 for 11 from the floor. He also pulled down 8 rebounds. The team returns to action tomorrow night as they travel to Daytona Beach to take on Bethune-Cookman. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. Well, that's it for sports today. Tedlyn, back to you.
Thanks, Christian. Well, that's all the time we have for you today on Spinnaker News. But for more on the stories reported today and other stories, you can check out unfspinnaker.com. You can also like the Spinnaker on Facebook at facebook.com/UNFSpinnaker, and you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at UNFSpinnaker. For Taylor Johnson and Christian Ruwe, I'm Tedlyn Locke. Have a great day, UNF.